Gentlemen, it is ratings week for college football 25. They got the toughest places to play. I think it's a very EA thing to go a little controversial on certain things to get everyone talking about it. So it's actually a pretty smart thing. You probably don't agree with the top 10. You probably won't agree with the top 25, and we're going to talk about that. They said it was based on just a bunch of factors, obviously historical stuff, some recency bias and all that. But when I look at this and I'm like, man, really? Like, I personally would have thought LSU would have been first. I probably would have had Penn State 2 or 3. Again, maybe because I'm thinking like Death Valley at night, the Penn State wideouts, all that sort of stuff. There's probably a couple things that you don't see here as well. Like, I would have thought Tennessee would have probably been up there. I know that Texas A&M, I believe that they have the biggest stadium in the SEC, or it's something like that. And I know that like their home record is honestly is pretty good, but I don't know. Throws me off a little bit here. And why does this matter? Because, well, when you play in these places in the game, it's going to be significantly harder when you're the away team with some of the home field factors, not being able to, receivers getting their hot routes in, shaking your screens, all stuff like that. So it does actually matter, but until we play the game, we don't know how much it's really going to matter. Which one of these is the most wrong, and who's your biggest snub from the top 10 here? I think my biggest snub from the top 10, to me, probably Tennessee. You could say Michigan. Heck, Virginia Tech, maybe, but maybe I'm just sucked in by their intros and all that sort of stuff. So here is the full list here. It's essentially the full list. Kyle Field, Bryant-Denny, Tiger Stadium, Ohio Stadium, Stanford Stadium. I thought maybe would have been a little bit higher, but as someone who actually lives in Georgia, I don't always think of a massive home field advantage there either, but they just win a lot. So maybe that's the thing. Camp Randall, again, it's Wisconsin. All right. Oklahoma, don't know enough truly. Florida State, again, historical, sure. Florida, I think Florida's got a pretty good one there. Oregon, again, I maybe recency bias with Oregon. Clemson at Death Valley. I've been to games there. I've been to Neyland Stadium. Again, it's kind of intimidating. Auburn, okay. Williams-Brice, I've never been to Michigan Stadium. So I don't can't speak on that. I just know that they've been good for a while now, I guess you would say. But Lane Stadium, I know Utah's been a really tough place to play as well. Texas, you would have thought maybe Texas is higher, but Texas hasn't been there. I know Iowa's supposedly supposed to be pretty good. But again, other places I don't think of home field advantage. Michigan State, Arkansas, Boise State, Mississippi State. I don't think of the home field advantage that way. Now, this is obviously subject to change. I assume what that means is that as teams go throughout the actual year and win or lose at home, they can kind of move up here. So that's kind of cool to see that EA is going to keep up with that. But I feel like it's a good talking point. They've done a good job with the list. Generally, if you were to say the top 25 places, it's probably fairly accurate. I just think you can get into the minute details there. And again, if you were to ask me like, hey, what's one place as a fan I would want to go watch a game? It's Tiger Stadium, Death Valley at night. I've never been. I want to go. I've been to, let's see, where have we been? Where have we been? We live in the South, right? I've been to Bryant-Denny. We've been to Sanford Stadium. We've been to Ben Hill Griffin. I've been to Clemson. We've been to Tennessee. We've been to Auburn. We've been to Georgia State too. That doesn't count. There's no home field there. We'll bring them to prominence. Again, it's cool what they're doing here. Again, it's an exciting time for this game. Boys, if you want more college football, stay on the channel. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.